Welcome to hiddenamuraka, Babylon Revealed. This is part 7 of the great work, My Alchemical Romance. Today's presentation is called Symbolism, Allegory, Archetypes, and Mythology. Now, alchemy is taught through symbolism and allegory. Alchemy is the transmutation of base metals from lead to gold, metaphorically dissolving one's ego or animal instincts back to their divine spark, which is trapped in matter. The ego is the adversary, or what theologians would have called Satan, the angel on one shoulder, the devil on the other. Now, Carl Jung once said that the gods are personification of the unconscious, for they reveal themselves to us through the unconscious activity of the psyche. The unconscious is the matrix of all metaphysical statements, of all mythology, of all philosophy, and of all expressions of life that are based on psychological expressions. Now, classic folk tales and myths are used as powerful tools of repositories of ancient wisdom about the human condition, using the language of symbolism, imagery, and metaphor. These tales of wisdom help us gain an insight of behavior and hold deep, hidden meanings and lessons. Now, comic books, movies, and TV shows are the new myths, the new folk tales. Myths are the stories. They are our true history, and they're oftentimes tragic. The alchemical change. The ancient myths, thought to be fairy tales, are much closer to the truth of this realm. But like any good puzzle, you must have the eyes to see and the ears to hear to decipher the occulted hidden truth. Now, our mind is the scene upon which the gods perform their plays. We don't know the beginning or the end. Carl Jung once said that. Now, like any archetype, the essential nature of the self is unknowable, but its manifestations are the content of myth and legend. Archetypes are forms or images of a collective nature which occur practically all over the earth as constituents of myths, and at the same time as individual products of an unconscious origin. Archetypes may be considered the fundamental elements of the unconscious mind. They are hidden in the depths of the psyche. They are systems of readiness for action, and at the same time images and emotions of the psychic aspect. Now, the archetypes exist at the integration of the spirit and matter. In them, as distinguished from the empty spaces, the energy of the charge of the unconscious collective psyche is concentrated, acting in a manner of speaking as the center of a magnetic field. If the charge of one or more of these nodal points becomes so powerful that it is magnetically acting as a nuclear cell, attracts everything to itself, and so confronts the ego with an alien entity, a split psyche, a alter ego that has become autonomous with what that we have. This is known as a complex, the birth of the alter ego. Hence the Eminem and Slim Shady, the Beyonce, the Sasha Fierce. This is deep in the human consciousness. Now, but on a much deeper level, it is from the trauma mankind has constantly been put under for thousands of years. It is a defense mechanism. Your consciousness literally splits. Maya is an ancient Vedic concept. Maya in Sanskrit means that which is not the true way of seeing things. It is the illusion, it is the magic. Now, Maya is the veil between the material world, the physical world, the matrix, and the spiritual world. It is the illusion of oneself, the separation of our ego and our soul, the duality that separates us from the divine. Now, the Buddhists call this veil samsara. The Vedas call it Maya. The early Theosophists called it the veil of Isis. Now, samsara, or Maya, is the realm. Brahma is the universe of time and space wherein we reside. Even the gods reside in this illusion. Nothing in Maya is permanent, not even the ancient gods. So long as we are attached to the material world, we are doomed to this world. Now, transcendence, or awakening from the illusion, seeing the absolute truth, the oneness, and seeing the divinity in all aspects is the only way to escape from the prison of our own consciousness. Samsara is a prison for the mind, for the Atman, for the atom, or the Aman. With the man, the soul is trapped in matter, the divine spark in matter. Simply put, the Maya matrix is reality as we know it. Reality is whatever you perceive it to be. Perception is reality, not life itself. Maya is the lens that makes life seem complex, unfair, and limited. The illusion is that there isn't enough and that we are all separate. We are separate beings, separated by false belief systems and systematic differences. Now, the ego is your mask. It is not your real identity. When the truth is, we are all one. The mind is everything. Consciousness is everything. The mind is all. Consciousness is all connected. Energy is consciousness, and everything is energy. Einstein once said, reality is an illusion, a persistent one. Now, the separation of our ego and our soul, it is that duality that needs to be transcended. It is time to transcend this realm, this matrix. It is time to awaken the consciousness and transcend from the illusion, the prison of our own consciousness, the constructs that we have all created ourselves, these harmful thought forms, this cancerous energy. Thank you so very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Part 8 is on the way. The final to the great work, My Alchemical Romance.